Hello there. My name is Noah Bennett, and I want to thank you for being here with me tonight. Before we begin our story, I invite you to take a few quiet moments just for yourself. Find a comfortable position. Let your shoulders soften. Rest your hands wherever they feel most at ease. If you wish, gently close your eyes. Tonight's story is about a spa day that I had recently, but it's much more than that. It's about friendship. It's about love. It's about fellowship and community. And actually, I'd like to dedicate this sleep story to my dad, who died earlier this year. He's obviously been on my mind a lot lately, and especially during this day that I went for healing. I felt a real connection to him. This story is part of my Wanderings of an Irishman series. And if you can, have a look below this video at a link. It'll be explained what it's all about down there. It's for a GoFundMe and it's for a good cause. Okay, let's do the relaxation session now, which will take a few minutes before tonight's sleep story. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and as I do, allow yourself to let go more and more. 10. Feel the support of the bed beneath you, or the floor, or whatever you lie upon tonight. Really feel that support. And beneath all of that, there's the support of the earth, our home, our constant support. And notice that the more you become aware of that support, the more you can let go, the more you can sink into this moment. 9. You are safe. Know that tonight my voice is nothing but a friend, a guide of kindness that will only ever take you to safe places. Allow my voice to be an anchor of peace, guiding you to beautiful, wondrous places. 8. Become aware of your body now, and as you do, just become aware of your breath for a moment. Perhaps take a deep breath in through your nose when you're ready, and breathe out when you're ready. And maybe another deep breath in and out. And as you become aware of that breath, the breathing out with each out breath, let go a little more. Maybe move through your body. Scan your body gently now, noticing where you might be carrying tension or discomfort. Perhaps it rests in your feet, your lower legs, your thighs, your belly, your chest or your back, your shoulders, your hands, your arms, or the soft muscles along your neck. Or maybe, like me, you hold your tension in your face, the jaw, the forehead, the tiny muscles around the eyes. Wherever it is, allow it to loosen. Let it all soften and fall away. Seven. The day is complete. What has happened is behind you. What is coming will come in its own time. And whatever thoughts rise up now, don't push them away. See them simply for what they are. Thoughts, nothing more. A gentle reminder that you are human, and that being human means your mind moves like weather. Let it all pass through. Let it all drift. And as they arrive, welcome them. And then just let them go. Watch them float away like leaves on a moonlit river, or clouds passing through a starlit sky. 6. This is your moment. This is your time. You deserve rest. You deserve peace. There is nowhere to be now, nowhere to go, no obligations, absolutely nothing to do but settle into this moment. 5. Peace lives within you. It is always there. It's just waiting to be found, waiting to be felt. Maybe you can find it tonight. Maybe you can journey to that peace with your mind's eye now. Maybe you find it in your chest or in your head. Wherever you might find it, know that it's a constant friend. 4. Perhaps feel a little gratitude now. Gratitude for the simple things, for the shelter you have tonight, whatever it may be. For the use of your body, for the ability to just lie here and listen to a sleep story, for those you love and who love you. Know that you are loved, whoever you are and wherever you are tonight. 3. Begin to engage with your imagination. Now begin to see the beautiful land of Transylvania where I am, where the spa is. A magical, beautiful place on a crisp autumn day. 2. Check in with your body one more time now, releasing anywhere that you're still holding on. And 1. Completely letting go now as I tell you tonight's sleep story. I am in Transylvania, my adopted home, the place my wife is from, a place I love. We recently were lucky enough to find a little house here in the middle of the countryside. It needs a lot of work, but it will be an exciting project. It's a house that is over 200 years old, and we know the task that we have ahead of us, or at least we think we do. But of course, when one is involved in such a kind of work, it is always good to stop and breathe and take a day to rest. And so you find me on a crisp autumn morning going to a spa. We have our friend over from France, and the three of us, Damien, Rebecca, and myself, are very happy to be going to this spa. It is an hour's drive from where we are, so I dropped Frankie around at her brothers and sisters. Yes, Frankie is one of my dogs, in case you don't know. She's a dog Rebecca and I found in the nearby forest. She was there with her brothers and sisters, just as little puppies left in the forest. Thankfully, we found homes for them and kept Frankie, and they all live close by to each other. So, if we are going anywhere, we can leave little Frankie around with her brothers and sisters. And of course, Timmy, our other dog, well, he's fine on his own. Actually, you might like to know that when I leave him on his own, I play my sleep stories to him. They say that it's nice for a dog to hear their owner's voice when they're not around. Anyway, I digress, which I might do a bit in this story. I hope you don't mind. So, Damien, Rebecca, and I are off in the car. Normally, I would drive in this part of the world, Damien being the visitor, but today he said he'd like to drive. And Rebecca got the front seat before I could even open my mouth. So there I am in the back. It turns out to be a blessing in disguise. I haven't sat in the backseat of a car for quite some time, especially on a long journey. I don't feel the need to engage in the conversation. Rebecca's playing the music quite loud anyway. So I drift off into my own little world. And what a place to be able to do that. I've driven this drive many times before on this road to a place called Rîchiș, where the spa is, but I've never been able to really take it all in. And so the backseat window becomes a frame, opening onto a world painted in fiery reds and deep oranges. Autumn in Transylvania is unlike autumn anywhere else. I truly believe that. It's not that other places don't have beautiful falls of their own. They certainly do. But there's something unmistakably unique about this one. And coming from someone raised in Ireland, that's saying quite a lot. While my best friend and my wife chat away in the front, as they always do because they're as close as sisters, I settle back and let the countryside roll past. I I see sheep scattered across open fields, shepherd dogs weaving around them with quiet purpose, and the shepherds themselves, those solitary souls who live high in the Carpathians, men who I asked. I see cows grazing slowly, moving like asked. I see great mountains covered in snow already. They're so dramatic, so awe-inspiring. And as I see this beautiful wonder beyond the glass of the car, I recognize that I am being very mindful in this moment. Not in a self-congratulatory way, but in a way that I acknowledge I am taking this time for me. I am not picking up my phone. I'm not letting thoughts zip to my brain and take me over. I'm just being actually say to myself, I can't solve anything right now, even if I wanted to. I don't have phone signal. There's very little around here. I can't do work. I can't make sure family members are okay. And I have 1 hour to sit back and anticipate the massage that awaits. And in this peace, there is a nice kind of knowing, a feeling that I'm in a car with two people who mean more to me than most. Damien is an old friend from France. In fact, when Rebeca and I lived in France for a while, we lived with Damien. We were a strange little family. Me, Rebeca, Damien, and his little boy who lived with us every second week. So we have a deep understanding of how we are. We don't have to be anything we're not. We can be very relaxed in each other's company, and we can laugh. Laugh at ourselves, laugh at each other, just laugh and be, and show kindness wherever we can. Damien is staying in our little cottage with us for a few days. And last night I took great joy in making his bed for him. He stayed out a bit late at the little music festival that was happening in the village. Me being me wanted a bit of solitude and I came home early. He's sleeping on our couch really, but I thought I'm going to make the bed for him, so when he comes home it'll be easy for him to get into. And then I thought, I'm going to fill Rebecca's hot water bottle for her. Oh, how she loves that hot water bottle. So when she comes back, her side of the bed will be nice and toasty. I suppose that kind of cancels out the kindness by me telling you about it. But I'm just saying it because, well, I like being kind. And I like when we remind each other to be kind. So maybe I'll remind one of you to be kind as well. We are at our best when we are kind. So, back to the drive, but you're nearly in Rîchiș. Rebecca tells me Rîchiș means rich in Romanian or something like that. But the point is that the word Rîchiș, the name of the town where the spa is, suggests that the people who founded the village many hundreds of years ago were rich. And you can see it in the houses. Rîchiș is filled with beautiful old Saxon buildings. I've told you before in another sleep story about the Saxon buildings of Transylvania, but I'll tell you again, just in case. The Saxons were a group of people sent from Germany, I believe, many hundreds of years ago. They were very efficient people, and they were brought here to protect the lands for the Hungarian king who ruled this part of the world back then. Anyway, over many hundreds of years they built villages and homes, and those homes that are left today are known as Saxon buildings. Our cottage is one. Ours is smaller than what you'd find in Rîchiș, those ones being the homes of the rich, I suppose. But they're very interesting because on the outside they look small, but then they go incredibly far back and have the most beautiful gardens. So that's where our spa is, in one of those lovely old houses. And it's owned and run by a wonderful person called Elena. I first brought Rebecca here only in August for our wedding anniversary, but we've been a few times since, and we're happy to bring Damien now. So we pull up in a car in the sleepy village of Rîchiș. Elena greets us. We have 3 one-hour massages booked, and while each person is being massaged, one after the others will enjoy the spa. Now, this is no ordinary spa. Let me give you a tour in your mind's eye. We come to the big gate, a beautiful big gate, an old gate, and Elena welcomes us with a smiling face. There's a courtyard, a lovely old courtyard, and behind the courtyard is a decked area. On the decked area is a whirlpool, a very nice Canadian hot tub, and lounge chairs. But for me, the pièce de resistance is high above the house, high in the trees at the back of the garden. Yes, the sauna. To get there, you have to walk up these beautiful handmade wooden stairs that cross from side to side, leading high up above to a handmade sauna, wood-fired. The cabin is already warm and waiting for us, a soft plume of smoke drifting from the chimney into the cool autumn air. Today, I'm the lucky one, chosen to go first for the 1-hour massage, and I'm quietly grateful for it. It hasn't been long since I lost my dad, and somehow this hour feels like another small step in letting go, another moment of finding a little peace. I get ready in the small room Elena keeps for her clients. The moment I step inside, the scent washes over me. Rich, calming, almost sacred. Just standing there feels like its own kind of spiritual experience. Elena tells me she's just bought a new massage bed, though I can't imagine how anything could top the comfort of the old one. But she's right, this one is even better. It warms you gently as you lie down, a quiet blessing on a cold autumn day. And now, I'm going to describe to you, slowly, patiently, the most wonderful massage I have ever had. I think I've ever had. Elena starts the massage by bringing her hands to my nose, which is poking out through the hole in the massage table, facing downwards in her hands. She has the most calming oil. I can't even tell you what it is. Just imagine the most beautiful, calming fragrance you have ever smelled, and that's probably close. And then she begins. I don't know about you, but I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders, and so she starts there. I like my massages to be deep, to really feel them, and Elena has magic hands. She really goes into my muscles, incredibly intuitive the way she works her hands. It's like her hands have a map of my back and where all the issues are, and they just know where to focus on. It is in a way a kind of telepathy we have. It's like I'm able to tell her without saying a single word where to focus her attention. As she is massaging me, I should say that the music she plays is divine. It's just exactly right in every way, and I am really settling into this moment now. My thoughts slow down a lot. I don't feel the need to talk to her. I just tell her at the start about the loss of my father, and I feel like she really understands me in that moment. We don't need to say more, but I can tell she cares, and I feel so safe. I've had a lot of massages in my life, but I'm positive that Elena is the best. There is something about the rhythm, and as she pushes down, I breathe out, and I really let go. I feel connected to something beyond me. Isn't that what a spiritual experience is? Well, it certainly feels like this. Everything outside the room kind of pales into it in significance, or at least is given more perspective. I have a thought that as long as I have love around me, and food and shelter, then I'll be okay. It's all to play for. It's when we lose things like health, that's when we get perspective. For right now, in this moment, as I lie in this incredibly beautiful, peaceful place, being cared for by someone who really knows what they're doing, I feel very blessed. Eventually, she moves to my legs. I'm a bit more tense here than my shoulders in some way. A bit more tender maybe than my feet. This doesn't feel like it's a chore for her or a job. It's something she's doing because she cares. I think when we meet people like that in life, we see the difference. Like my work, I do it because I care. Maybe that's why I get that in her. Anyway, she moves to my arms and hands, and I almost feel like I'm in a trance. As this massage progresses, I feel elevated to a new place of peace. I feel connected to my dad in this moment too. I think of him often these days. He was a good man, a kind man, and he left this earth too soon. Elena asked me to turn around now, and she places a wonderful mask of beads on my face, which covers my eyes and cools me at the same time. I feel so tranquil now, so lost in my own thoughts, or lack thereof. The smells are so wonderful. The silence is so thick, could almost touch it. This is an ancient place I am in, and I feel rooted in something much older than I. Something energetic, way past my own understanding. And then, reluctantly, I have to sit up on the table. The massage is at an end. But it's not the end of my time here. I thank Elena and I climb the stairs to the magical sauna in the trees. Next up is Damien for the massage. So myself and my wonderful wife Rebecca get to enjoy the sauna for a while. Now, when it comes to saunas, I am slightly obsessed. I love the process of being in heat and then going into cold. It makes me feel incredibly alive. So, Rebecca and I pour water on the coals of the sauna, and we sit in our comfortable companionship and enjoy the beautiful view of the village below and the surrounding hills covered in red and orange trees, the blue sky, the white clouds drifting lazily by. And we really connect in this moment. We really talk. We laugh. Rebecca asked me a lot of questions in Romanian, and I pretend I'm a Romanian guy. Just jokes and time spent together in this wonderful setting. Every time I get into the sauna, I turn the egg timer for 15 minutes. Then I get out into the plunge pool, the cold water, for 5. Then back into the sauna. I probably do it too much, and I don't recommend to anyone doing what I do unless you know your stuff. But that's what I like. When I get out of the sauna, I love how the fresh air meets my face. There is something wonderful about the elements and their ability to bring us life, to enhance our lives, to make us feel more alive. Here, I have fire in the sauna. I have air outside the sauna. I have water that cools me. My eyes are surrounded by nature and natural things. Maybe that's all we need in this life. Maybe somewhere along the way we got a bit too complicated with everything. In this day I have connection. I have fellowship. I have love. I have peace, kindness, and care. I have relaxation. I have everything I need, and I am grateful for it. And so, my friend, it is my hope that as you listened to my story of my day at the spa, that I was able to transfer some of the peace I felt that was given to me unto you. Because, and I know this for a fact, I deserve it, and so do you. We all do. This road we walk in life is hard, and we owe it to ourselves to understand that kindness to ourselves is one of the first things we should be thinking about. Because if we're not kind to ourselves, how can we be kind to anyone else? I'd like to thank my wife Rebeca, my friend Damien, and Elena of course, for a day that will always live in my memory, for a day that is lodged in a little part of my mind that will have changed me forever. However slight, however small the change may be, it's a change, something tinged with positivity. And as I say, I hope it got its way to you as well. Good night, and sleep well.